Happy birthday to legendary actor Johnny Depp. Congratulations to Johnny Depp, who beat his case, by the way. X-Men 1991 back again with another anniversary rant. We got two albums that was released on this day in 1992. Starting with this one. June 9th, 1992, 8 days before my first birthday. Pete Rock and CL Smooth released their debut album, Meeca and the Soul Brother. The album was released on Elektra Records. The album was produced by Pete Rock and CL Smooth. Produced it by DJ Pete Rock for Untouchables Entertainment. Co-produced it by CL Smooth, also for Untouchables Entertainment. Executive producers DJ Eddie F for Untouchables Entertainment. Meeca and the Soul Brother debuted at number 43 on the Billboard 200 and number 7 on the top R&B/hip hop albums chart. With two singles, or three, Lots of Lovin', They Reminisce Over You, a tribute to Trouble T. Roy, and Straighten It Out. Guest appearances from The Late Heavy D, Rubble D, Grappin' Ditta, and Grand Puba. I just can't believe it's been 30 years since Pete Rock and CL Smooth released their first album. NBA Street Volume 2 got me into listening to They Reminisce Over You. Even though that song came out in the 90s, I got into They Reminisce Over You because of NBA Street Volume 2. NBA Street Volume 2 had like the best soundtrack in any NBA game in NBA history. If it wasn't for NBA Street Volume 2, I would have never gotten to that song, They Reminisce Over You. Like I said, it was a tribute to Trouble T. Roy, who died 2 years before the song came out. Yep, their first single, They Reminisce Over You, appeared in the 2003 video game NBA Street Volume 2. And it appeared on Madden 12 and of course NBA 2K18, as well as the Netflix series Master of None. And the song Soul Brother Number 1 appeared in Tony Hawk's Underground 2 soundtrack. Wow. Thank you, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, for 30 years of this classic. I wasn't even a year old yet until the next week. 30 fucking years. I can't believe it. Thank you, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, for 30 years of this classic project. 30 years. Now let's get to the next album. Same day, June 9, 2002, 8 days before my first birthday, Twista released his debut album, Runnin' Off at the Mouth. That was back when he was known as Tongue Twista before being simply known as Twista. Running Off at the Mouth. That was back when he was known as Tongue Twister. It was released on Loud Records and distributed by Zoo Entertainment. This album was released after Twista entered the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's fastest MC. The single Mr. Tongue Twister was the first single of the album, and it failed to chart. Wow, both classics turned 30 today. Twista's Running Off at the Mouth and P Rock and CL Smooth's Meeca and the Soul Brother. I didn't know anything about Twista until his third album came out that will be 25 in the next 2 weeks. As a matter of fact, let me play y'all this song real quick. Mr. Tongue Twister. Not sure if you guys remember this song. Wait. Even though he was rapping fast, I could still understand what he's saying, though. I could still understand what he's saying, even though he was rapping fast. Twista definitely deserved his roses. He definitely deserves his roses. Yeah, today's the 30th anniversary of this album, as well as P Rock and CL Smooth's Meeca and the Soul Brother. But anyway, that wraps up my first rant celebrating 30 years of Twista Running Off at the Mouth and P Rock and CL Smooth's Meeca and the Soul Brother. I will be back to do a recap of Game 3 of the NBA Finals between the LA Lakers and the New Jersey Nets. Happy 30th to Twista's Running Off at the Mouth and P Rock and CL Smooth's Meeca and the Soul Brother.